No, I think D&D Minmaxers are actually good for the game. I think there's a point where you can go too far in your min-maxing and you can make the game unfun for the DM or other players. But I think making a balanced character that is just good at what they do is important for the game. I think it also gives the DM more of a challenge and makes their job more fun. Um, I like D&D min-maxers in my games. I don't think I've had an actual like absolutely broken min-maxer build in my games, but I have had pretty powerful builds where I might have messed up along the way, let them get some things that made them too powerful, and it's my job as a DM to go around that, but also elevate what they have made. In my One Piece campaign, the one that is on this channel, I have a artillerist artificer. It's from a custom book, so it's a little different. I might have given them the freedom to get heavy armor as an artillerist, and they also have a cannon, because that's how the artillerist works. And they can also have a really, really high AC. I think it's like 24, 25, something crazy with shield. I don't know. But when they fight pirates in their campaign or they fight marines, I elevate that and they get attacked by many people. They tank and they feel great. They feel like they can survive anything. And I think that's a great thing to elevate, especially when they spend time to get to that build. I think it's good to elevate that as much as you can. It's just fun. It's fun for them to play that way, and that's how they wanted to play. And I make it look good. But I know what they're bad at. I know what they're going to fight in the future. And just because someone has a high AC or a high thing in certain saves, like rogues, monks, they're good at dexterity saves. Wizards are good at intelligence. You know, everyone has their thing that they're really good at and other things that they're bad at. I know at any point I can hit casters in their backline. Like this is a game of Marvel Rivals. I can hit casters in the backline or healers in the backline, and then they have to turn and try and protect them. I think it's good to have your monsters or wherever they are attack these people and showcase how good they are, but also show intelligence in some of your creatures, not in all of them. How they realize, okay, I can't hit this guy, but I'm gonna hit their healer. Or I can't hit this guy, but I'm gonna make them make a save instead. The way I do this in my games is I will have them roll some sort of intelligence check, unless I think they're already smart enough to do that. And that'll decide who they attack next, or if they use a different ability against them, because they think they're... And I think that's a way to go around that. And now suddenly they are the only person left, and they're standing there as their party was attacked instead of them, which they expected to be attacked. And what I do this a good amount of the time. I do this when I can. And what happens in this moment is you get this character saying, can I use my reaction to take the hit instead? And what that means for me is you're not taking the hit as in... what that means for me is that you're not taking the hit as in they're going to hit your AC instead and miss. That means you're putting yourself in the way so that you take the hit instead. And this leads to so many great moments for my players. One notable one in the campaign that I should have put on this channel as well. It's a One Piece campaign. They were fighting this guy. I kid you not. His name is Dr. Heinz D. Uffensmertz. It's a One Piece campaign. I'm not going to elaborate any further. He had this attack. It was called Death Ray Nader 3000 or something like that. It's in the name. It's Death Ray. He was their captain, and he was a rogue, and he used the Death Ray Nader 6000, and it was just like a short range AoE type thing. And everyone in there takes a certain amount of damage. If they go to 0 hit points, you die. You're cooked. Like you're dead. I don't even think there's a way for you to be. Well, I think at that point in the story, they're pretty. I could check what level they were when they passed. But yeah, let me check the actual name real quick. Heinz D. Ufensmertz. He has the Death Reanimator MK4. It kills on the spot if you fail to dex save. And it's just a dex save. Yeah, if it hits you, okay, it doesn't kill on the spot. Sorry, it does 10d10. I think they were around proficiency bonus 5 because this boss, or 4 or 5 because this boss had that type of proficiency bonus. So it was around that level area, like maybe like right before 10. That's around where they were. So if you get hit, you take 10d10. If you get reduced to 0 hit points, you're dead. This guy saved. He was good at dex saves. And originally, the beam attacked people who are bad. It was targeting people who are bad at dex saves. So it hit both of them. They did not roll well. They would have taken a lot of damage, and potentially multiple people would have died in that encounter. And then the captain said, "Can I distract him so that he attacks me instead?" And I don't think this would have happened if he didn't build his character to be that good at dex saves. There's a little bit different, but yeah, he built his character to be really good at dex saves, to be really good at supporting, and he distracted him. And it pointed at him. He succeeded. The friends behind him, which is 2 monks, by the way. I don't know how they failed, but they fail. And he said, "I'm in the front of them. Can I, take the attack instead?" And he did. And he died. He didn't die immediately. If you've seen JoJo's Part 5, spoilers, he took the Bucciariati. I didn't know if I said that correctly. He took that route, and he died eventually because something happened. Like, there was a spell list, and we realized, okay, you don't actually have the spell to save this person at this time, so they actually are kind of dead. But he died because of it. But that was so much more powerful than where was I going with this? That was a lot more powerful than he only did that because he was confident in his build. He was confident that he was good at dexterity and dexterity saves. He was confident that people behind him were also good at that. And he realized, let me elevate that. He wanted to use that to save other people. If none of that happened, those guys are dead. He didn't have to worry about that. But he decided, I'm going to use this thing that I've made from my character to take the hits. And if I die, I die. As long as they're not dead. And now they've continued and they've made it all the way to the end with a new captain. And it's very sad that that character is dead, but they remember that character so vividly. And it's just a good... I feel like I've lost the point of this video sometimes. My bad. But I think it's just important to have your characters be good at what they do, and they can let them highlight themselves with whatever they want to do in a situation. Instead of okay, there's some things you have to nerf. Sometimes if you give them something that's really powerful, you messed up. Maybe you homebrewed your own magic weapon, and for some reason you said, yeah, you could just lower the AC. You forget to set a time limit. You lowered the AC by 5. It's kind of crazy. I did that by accident. My bad. I probably should have nerfed it. That's something you should nerf. But in this case, if this just a competent build and not a broken min-max build, like there are some in the world, then don't punish. Just let them find ways to get around it sometimes, but let them play the build. Let them have fun. Let them be broken for a while. They know, in my campaigns, they know for certain enemies, like pirates at this point, Level 1, they were kind of scary. Level 15 that they are now, like I put them in a horde and they take out 100 of them like easily. They know in that situation their high AC is going to be great, but they know once the boss comes out, okay, depending on the boss, there are some bosses where I will still elevate that. I'll show how good they are at this certain things. Once the boss comes out, they'll realize, okay, this is it. And they won't only have attacks to do that. They'll have optional abilities to get around whatever they're bad at, pretty much. I think that's how you deal with min-maxers. That was definitely the point of the video in the beginning. I hate min-maxers. They all suck. And that's about it.